Greetings, good morning, namaste. This is Majin Bien. Thank you for joining our channel. Today we're going to talk about why men cheat from an occult perspective and how to overcome and fix it. Before we start, we give thanks and praise. We ask for guidance, protection, enlightenment, wisdom to the Creator of all. We give thanks and praise to all the gods and goddesses of light. We give thanks and praise to our divine parents. We give thanks and praise to our ancestors, known and unknown. We give thanks and praise to all the sentient beings of light. We give thanks and praise to all the light workers. We salute you. We honor you. We thank you for your service. The human body is a machine. Is a machine, and it has there's an occult anatomy to the human body. You've heard of the astral, etheric, causal body, admic, other type of bodies, but there are other, as compartments, it's also made of centers. There are mainly 5 centers. Technically there are 7, but we're going to focus on 5. Those are the ones that people can see and verify easily. You have the intellectual center, which has as main function the brain. You have the emotional center, which has as main function or body part the heart. You have the sexual center, that has as main part the sexual organs. And then you have the motor center that has to do with the movements of the body, which sits, that center is based on top of the spine, right where the spine starts, a little below the neck. And then you have the instinct center that sits below the spine. So what happens usually in a harmonious relationship? I know those are rare. In a harmonious relationship, all those centers between the partners involved must be in sync. There must be affinity. People need to have certain things in common. Most of the time, we only limit ourselves to the emotional and the sexual aspects of relationships. We tend to neglect and even ignore the intellectual, the motor, the instinctive. So what happens is, especially men, based on the nature of the male masculine principle, which is active on a physical plane, because in the astral and the mental, especially the mental plane, it's reverse. Men are more passive over there. But we're speaking on the basic, physical level. When men are not in affinity with a woman or women in those 5 centers, they would tend to find completion somewhere else. The thing is an urge that's quote unquote engraved in the masculine principle, to the point where it's hard for men. A man who's not with a female where those 5 centers are aligned, they have things in common, like they share the same values, the same principles, the same interest when it comes to anything that pertains to the intellect. They share the same values when it comes to anything that's physical, like the same type of exercises, the same type of activities. A man will go look somewhere else for that. That's why you will see a man, you can do anything to him sexually, but he'll still cheat on you. You can love him any way you want. You will pour your heart into him, he's still going to cheat on you. It goes beyond that. You might fulfill him sexually, emotionally, but what about intellectually? You will see he will go find a woman that will stimulate him intellectually. There are a lot of kingdoms, empires, fortunes, families, that have been destroyed because of infidelities. Don't get me wrong, I know in the West, infidelities between men and women is almost at the same level. But overall, when we see globally, men cheat more than women. So, if there's a harm, one of the best way to reduce cheating is that falls on the man. Find a woman or women. Those 5 centers are aligned. Those 5 centers are aligned. Because sometimes they tend to go look outside what they don't have inside. Another thing is, heal yourself before you jump into any relationship. Never take anyone seriously, especially never take any man seriously who hasn't healed in those 5 centers: intellectually, emotionally, sexually, motor, instincts. Have they cut cords with their previous relationships? Have they healed? Another thing, you see, sometimes when I say in the beginnings of my video, I say we give thanks and praise to our divine parents. I include the divine mother in it. That's very important. How do you view females? How do you view females? If you view females as just the body, don't get me wrong, females are amazing, beautiful. Their bodies are a divine work of art. But do you see beyond that? Do you see their souls? Do you see their spirits? The soul is made of so many components and so many parts that by the time you leave this earth, you're probably never going to know your partner fully. But what an amazing task, an amazing challenge to do. You will discover something new about your partner every day. You must see the divine mother in the female or females you deal with. Let me tell you why. Because time will come in a relationship, like any other relationship. There will be frictions. There will be arguments. There will be a lot of things sometimes that will be negative. As long as you keep your eyes, physical, spiritual, on her divine self, the divine this divine feminine in her, the divine mother in her, I promise you, it will help you forgive, let go of certain things. When you make love to her or have sex, what do you see? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you entering her womb to heal, to elevate, to stimulate, to pleasure, or are you just there to get yours? If you come with the I'm just getting mine, you're coming to destroy, you're coming to rob, and you're robbing from the universe, you're robbing from the divine. Always see the divine mother, always see the creator of all in your female counterpart. Learn how to forgive. As a man, you must have you must know your divine purpose or purposes and go on about accomplishing them. If you're supposed to be the so-called leader, if you don't know who you are, where you're going, where are you going to lead her to? How are you going to inspire her? So you understand, there's certain work you must do on yourself before you engage in this thing. If the video stops, please don't worry. This is going to be a 4 or 5 part video. So, heal before you get into any relationship. You yourself as a man must have accomplished the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine within yourself. Remember, you come from a man and a woman. You have both qualities. The masculine is more dominant in you, but you must still have heal and complete the union of the divine and feminine principle within yourself before you go out there and be with someone. A healed man, a man in his divine purpose, I'm telling you, is one of the most amazing things that can happen on earth and the universe.